Alright. I don't have the game with me. I think I do. It's in my bag. Hold on like 2 seconds here.
Professional, Sam.
They can wait. Here, I have it right here. Proof that I own it. Madden 25, PlayStation 3. I bought this game, it was out of nowhere. I was on the way to work in the morning. I thought, what the heck, I have a little bit of money with me. I've wanted a Madden game for a little while. I just got a PlayStation 3. I'm late to that stuff. I'm usually a Nintendo kind of person. I'm not big on like a lot of the console stuff. But bought a PlayStation 3, got Madden, and it's disappointing in a lot of ways. You get used to the graphics, I guess, because I mean the last Madden that I played was outside of one on like an Xbox 360. It's probably like PlayStation 2 because I don't play Madden frequently enough and all that. But I got the game, and at first the graphics bothered me. Like they just didn't look so real, but eventually you get over that a little bit. It's just about playing the game. Then the thing that bothers me next is that it's the 25th Madden. It's for PlayStation 3, and the gameplay itself is, you know, all the little mechanics and stuff is just disappointing. Like you're running the ball or something, and some of the jukes and stuff are very smooth, I guess, but sometimes just running in general, if you want to run left or right, it just almost like cuts your player right away. It's so rough. It's not, you know, smooth moving this way, that way. It's just sometimes a little rough and you cut it this way and that way, and some of the little things like that bothered me with some of the animation, I guess. Now possibly the biggest thing that bothers me, I'll get into it now, there's a couple things. I started a career, well, 2.5 careers. And the first career that I started, I made my person a quarterback. I ended up going to the Browns because they didn't have a quarterback, and I don't really care about the Browns. I don't really have much of a favorite team aside of the Steelers, but they have Ben Roethlisberger, so I can't be a quarterback there. So I go to the Browns. That doesn't really have much to do with what I want to complain about. The Browns are a fine team. Now, I made my person the starter, and going through the career, you go in, you know, how it like simulates the defense, and then you actually get to play when you're on the offense. So you don't have to play like a full game, you know how it goes. Throughout the, what was it, like 16 games that I played that year, plus the playoff games, there were no close games. I even turned the difficulty the entire way up, above pro, above whatever it was, like all Madden I think it is. Or Madden, whatever the top difficulty setting was, and still there were no close games. I would outscore my opponents like 42-10, like every game. The most any opponent scored was like 14, honestly. Like there was no competition. And I'm not saying that I'm good. I'm not the best Madden player, but still, I didn't even play on defense. I simulated it, and still, like the most the defense got, the most the other team scored was like 14, and constantly you look at it, oh, say if you're playing like the Panthers, Cam Newton, first down, pass thrown away, second down, pass thrown away, third down, pass thrown away, and they just keep doing that, and it was so, you know, there was no competition, it was just lame, very disappointing. There weren't any close games, like fourth quarter drives or whatever, and that sucked. And a little thing with doing the practices, sometimes when, you know, you go in to do the practice where you have different scenarios that you can play as, like you're down by 2 and it's 4th down or whatever, you go into the practices in the career mode, and practices in the game in general, not just in career mode. Sometimes players just won't show up. Like, not that they're invisible and you throw the ball and it'll go through them. They're still there, it's just you don't see them. And at one point or another, my entire team, aside of, I think, a wide receiver and an offensive lineman, was invisible. And, you know, it's not like I bought a PlayStation 3 from 2007 that's been used or whatever. I got a brand new PlayStation 3. It's not the PlayStation, it's the game. It has so many little faults like that. And just players not showing up. And it froze on me at one point. I've been playing it maybe half an hour, and it froze on me. A PlayStation 3 game, I thought that wasn't supposed to happen. I mean, PlayStation 2, sure, freeze. Your computer screen will freeze, but PlayStation 3, Madden 25, I didn't think it was supposed to freeze on you. It froze on me. I'm not playing online or whatever. I don't play online all that much. It froze. Sometimes players wouldn't show up. There's no competition. Even if I turn like my quarterback accuracy all the way down, pass blocking all the way down, all my sliders were down, all the other team's sliders were up. There's still no competition. Somehow I would just kick butt, and it's the most disappointing thing. It's 2013, and this game just disappoints me. I actually borrowed a Madden game, I think it was 2011, 2009, something like that, from my brother, and I was playing it, and it felt better to play than Madden 25, because it didn't freeze, the players were always there, just the animation, the graphics were smoother and everything, and I mean, I know there were little things on here like owner mode and, you know, different tackles, like different things like hit stick, truck stick, diving, stuff like that. They have new animations, but still, this game is so disappointing. And like, yeah, you played it for what it is, and eventually you get used to it. You just play it or whatever, and it's fine. But you know, even when I'm playing in a game, sometimes my players will be invisible, and I think it was just mostly a waste of money. I could have bought Madden 13, Madden 12, or whatever. I mean, it would be just as good as this game, and, you know, aside of the updated rosters, which I could just do online, I'm pretty sure, I just didn't care for it. A lot of the playing in the game just didn't look as smooth. Some of the players, like Ben Roethlisberger, it just looks so bulky and definitely not real. I mean, I'm not saying PlayStation 3, sometimes the graphics, especially in Madden, don't look, you know, completely real, but they looked almost laughable sometimes, and I just wasn't satisfied with it, really, at all.
Defense sucks.
What?
Yeah,
The defense sucks. I mean, there's no defense. It's not like I'm bad at defense, and when I was playing Tyler before in a game, it's not like he's too bad at defense, and we're neither of us are bad at defense. I mean, we are what we are. We're better on offense, usually. There's not, like, a ton of huge stops in games, but the defense was just, so you could just navigate your way through the defense so easily compared to a game we would usually play, Madden 12. It's just the defense in this game, you can't get past, like, if you're on the defensive line, I haven't played with, like, J.J. Watt or something who's a 99, or Cameron Wake who's so good, but I played as the Eagles against Tyler, Trent Cole, who's apparently one of the best pass rushers. I couldn't get past the offensive line. There weren't really any interceptions. I mean, there was like one, maybe two a game, if you got lucky. And maybe there are people out there that train all year in Madden video games and are the best ever, and they can manually intercept balls, but for the casual Madden player like myself, I was just disappointed with it. I thought it could have been so much better, and just because it has updated rosters and it's a 25th anniversary game, it didn't impress me at all. And I'm not sure how many people used it or whatever, but the whole create your own team thing they've always had in games, it's not on this game. I'm not sure how many people really ever use that, but it's not on the game, and the last thing I'll say about it is it's very slow. Like, you go into the game, start it up, you're at the home menu, you want to go to, like, practice or go look at the rosters, you'll press R1, and it's not, like, so slow that you're waiting hours for it to, like, you know, if you play this game, go to, like, the next segment of options, but it's just slow. Like, you'll press R1 if you want to go over, you'll press it twice to go look at the rosters, and it'll switch, and then it'll kind of wait a little bit, and then switch, and it's just, you know, it's 2013, it's supposed to be a big game, Madden 25, and it's just disappointing to me. There are a lot of little things in here that I didn't care for, some big things, but, you know, I would just say buy an older game, update the rosters or whatever. You know, the uniforms aren't, you know, all that much better. Basically the same they've always been. I don't know. I would just say don't buy it unless you're like a Madden fanatic or whatever, but just fell short of my expectations. So, that's all.